Hello everyone, welcome to the video. MK3 here. Real quick before we get into the video, I want to say I appreciate the feedback you guys have given me for my last video. We no longer have the crazy TikTok flash subtitles like I did in my previous video. Now you can see here, this video is going to feature more of normal subtitles. We will show 1 to 2 sentences, so that way you guys don't have to stress to read every word in real time as I say them. Please let me know how you guys feel about these current subtitles, if I should keep them, or if I should do any kind of changes, or if I should remove them. Now to get into the video, and this may be a surprise to some of you, because you guys are probably looking at the thumbnail and being like, what, Sindel? I never knew Sindel was, broken in MK3. If you guys saw my Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 tier list video, I had Sindel in the top 7, and you could honestly argue in that game she may be a little bit better than where I placed her. Some people feel that she could be top 5, top 6. But in MK3, there's one major difference in this revision of the game compared to Ultimate that makes her over the top and very annoying to fight compared to some of the other characters. Let's dive into it and showcase why exactly Sindel in this game is a lot better than people think, and I personally have her ranked number 4 on their tier list. Let's first go over Sindel's normals. She has a pretty good high kick, a below average roundhouse, an okay sweep. Her jabs are very underrated because the hitbox on them are a little bit lower compared to other characters. So when she's pressuring you with jabs and you try to poke out, it's easier for her to hit you out of some of your animations because of how she's pressuring you. She has 2 strings that are very good. Her first string is her mid starter. She has a mid starting 4-hit pop-up string, which is high kick, high punch, down, high punch. And this string is great because after it, she's always going to be doing a lot of damage and taking about half of your life. So for example, the combo after this would be double high punch, jump kick, instant air fireball, and that will do almost 50% off of mid. And another thing that makes this string a little bit better than other character strings is some characters in this game, their strings are unsafe on block, or they'll have issues where sometimes they'll whiff depending where you exactly did it on. If your opponent spaced a bit back, sometimes a part of the string will whiff. Some strings will have gaps between them where a character like Cabal can spin through them. Sindel's string has the luxury of never whiffing on block, and it also completely jails, so no character can interrupt it to stop it. This means whenever you're pressuring with Sindel, you can go into her mid immediately if you think the opponent's not going to block, and if they get clipped by it, then you're taking half of their life, just like that. Another good string Sindel has is her high punch 3-hit launcher. This is high punch, down, high punch. The notations being just 3 high punches together makes it very convenient during your jabbing. You can OS sometimes go for it. Let's say you're jabbing defensively and you're just doing high punches and doing them to read your opponent going in and playing defensive. If they get close enough to you while you're doing this, they can sometimes run into it, and then Sindel will automatically go into her 3 high punch string when your opponent gets close enough. So this is a great OS to do when you're very close to your opponent. And off of this, you can do like the 4-hit mid string, double high punch, jump kick, fireball. Now, one thing to note is when this launcher clips you, if you let go before the last hit, which will occasionally happen in a match, is you'll get launched. Sindel can then do a scream after, and then get an even bigger combo, such as this. And here you're looking at about 50%. So in many cases, when Sindel touches you, either be her clipping you with her 3-hit high punch launching string or her going for her mid 4-hit string, she's going to be taking about half of your life. This seems like a lot of damage, which it is. This is one of Sindel's strengths, is she does a lot of damage. But she has even crazier damage when you do certain things and she catches you. For example, let's say you were to jump at Sindel and she anti-airs you. Now you're looking to take even more damage than you would before, because now she can do multiple screams in the combo. Good corner carry, and then jump kick fireball, and that's doing over 70%. And that wasn't even optimal. You can definitely sneak in one more jab scream if you have the execution. It's a little bit hard to do because you got to do the jab perfectly. But yes, she can get around 80% off an anti-air jab mid-screen, converting off her scream, which is insane amounts of damage. Let's now discuss her special moves. So Sindel has the air fireball, as I've shown you in combos. This is her main combo ender usually, but you can also use it as a zoning tool, and what makes this move good is you can do it very quickly when you go into the air. You can instant air it, and it's a good option to stop some characters sweeping because it'll put you airborne, which will make you evasive to low-hitting attacks like sweeps. It can be used as a counter to go over certain projectiles like a Liu Kang fireball, and then you retaliate with your own air projectile. It can be done after doing a jump punch on block or a jump kick on block for extra chip. You can kind of get creative on how you want to use it. Some Sindels will use it more aggressively, some will use it more in footsies and zoning, and other Sindels will use it as a surprise attack or as a counter attack to retaliate after them jumping one of your attacks. She also has a ground version of her air fireball, which is not very useful because it's very laggy, slow, and unsafe. Sindels usually don't opt to use this move unless it's like a close round out situation where you want to get the one hit and win, where you can catch somebody with this, but for the most part, the grounded projectile is not used very often at all. Another special move she has is flight, where you enter flight mode and you can pretty much fly around wherever you want to go, and she has great movement in the air with this, and you can choose to go lower to the ground like this, or you can choose to go higher in the ground, which will make her a little bit harder to hit compared to characters that, you know, either don't have a teleport or a good projectile or a good special to hit her out of there. And when you enter this, you can kind of freestyle, just go around and zone as much as you want. Now, this is a bit situational. You're not going to be going into this against a character like Cabal, right? Because Cabal will just instant air fireball you out of there, or he'll just spin you. So this is matchup dependent. They very rarely use this because you want to use it in spots where you're not too predictable because your opponent will jump up and try to hit you. A cool hidden mechanic of this flight mode is when you enter it, for 3 seconds you cannot move. You have to wait 3 seconds when you enter it before you're able to freely move and fly around. There's a way to circumvent this, is when you enter it, you can cancel the startup animation after 1 second into a fireball. So when you were to go into flight mode, you can immediately cancel and go into a fireball. So you can see here, I enter flight, I cannot move for 3 seconds, but if I enter flight and I cancel from the air fireball, I can immediately go into that. And a little tip is, where Sindels like to use this occasionally, Sindel's four-hit launching string is more advantageous on block compared to other characters' strings. So if you see I'll have Sub-Zero hold up, you can see how much quicker she moves before Sub-Zero can move. A little trick you can do here is you can immediately enter her flight, which is good against a few characters. So what you can do is immediately go into flight after the string, and then you can throw like 1-2 fireballs and then stop. This is how you're going to see Sindels use it usually. They'll enter flight, maybe release 1 fireball, fly around, and then cancel out of it. Because the cancel out of this is pretty quick. You can move, cancel, and you'll immediately block. So this is great to do 1-2 fireballs and then go into block and cancel it, so that way you can do some chip. Now getting into Sindel's final special move, it's her iconic Scream ability, and this move is absolutely crazy in MK3 because it's steroid buffed, which means when you play against it and you happen to block this move, pay attention very closely what it does on block. If you block this attack, it pushes you back almost half screen. This means a lot of characters have major problems trying to full combo this on block. It's almost like a safe special move you can do, and if it hits, it's devastating because it hunts and gives her a full combo. So this is a move that she can throw out in neutral. When you get hit by it, you're losing about 50%. And when you block it, a lot of characters just do not have a way to punish it because of the block stun and pushback. Now, obviously, characters like Cabal are going to be able to full combo punish this every time, right? Cabal's got access to the fastest combo starting special in the game, so Cabal will always punish it. There's a few other characters like Sector and Robot Smoke. They'll always punish it into a full combo because they can immediately teleport punch to launch you in the air after blocking it. But a lot of other characters like Jax, Sub-Zero, Kano, Liu Kang, most of the cast, they're not going to be able to block this and then have enough time to run in and do their combo starting string to launch you. Sub-Zero, for example, can do a slot. He can block this. You can cancel the stumble back animation that you see Sub-Zero do. You can cancel that into a special, but if you try to do a normal run after, you have to wait for the animation to end. This is why so many characters cannot full combo Sindel after blocking this combo starting scream. They're going to have to do like a slide for Sub-Zero. If she hits you with it, she's taking half your life. She's getting full combo. If you block it, you just slide punish her, and that's it. It's a tap on the wrist. Sindel's not going to care. She's going to be abusing this a lot in a match because of how strong it is. Now, going into MK3, the way that they nerfed this move was that they removed completely the stumble back animation. So now when you block it, it's like blocking any other attack where you're up close. That way, every character, an easy way to punish it was you block it up close, or you can do like a jab block into it, and then run and get a full combo. So it's a lot scarier for Sindel to do this move in MK3 compared to here, where she can abuse it a lot more against many more characters and get so much damage off of it. Another thing I want to mention about Scream is it's awesome to convert off an anti-air, like I said earlier. It's quick, so you can punish some moves on block. It can even be used to punish some normal moves like a sweep on block. So if you block a sweep with Sindel and you're fast enough, you can go into her Scream, and while this is a just frame punish, because you got 1 or 2 frame windows to do this, you will full combo your opponent off a sweep and take half of their life, which is major. This makes Sindel very scary for the majority of characters to want to use moves like sweeps on or certain special moves because she can full combo them using her Scream Punish. Now, if you thought Sindel's damage was crazy mid-screen, because she's doing 50% off almost every touch, her hitting you with the mid, her anti-airing you into 70%, her damage in the corner gets even crazier because you can do a simple combo like this, which is very easy for over 80%. That's if you try to catch somebody trying to jump out of your jabs in the corner, you can instantly see that and react and cancel your jabs into her Scream. And then when you clip them out of there, you can go into massive damage, 80-90%. But what makes Sindel's damage over the top in the corner is she has 100% corner combos if you have the execution to do her flight cancels. Now, some of you may not know this, but Sindel in this game, which was similar to MK9, her flight move can be instantly canceled. So you enter it and then immediately block, and it'll do a flight cancel. And what you can do is, off your jabs, you can do a jab, instantly cancel into that, and repeat it. And if you do it properly, you can keep your opponent juggled in the corner, which is huge because when she launches you, you can just very quickly keep doing her cancel to keep them up. Now, I don't have the execution to do this because I'm not a Sindel player, so I've never had the time to sit down and practice it. But there are Sindel players that specialize in her that know how to do this 100% combo perfectly. So every time they launch you in the corner with their mid starter, they're going to 100% you, and you're going to lose a round. So not only is Sindel a massive powerhouse mid-screen with her damage, essentially every time she hits you in the corner and she launches you, and she has access to her 100% combo infinite, she will do that on you and she will deplete your life bar. So now that we're getting to the end of the video, I want to close off by saying Sindel is a very powerful character. She does a truckload of damage. Her special moves are solid. Her Scream is one of the more obnoxious special moves to play against in this game because of the automatic stumble back feature on block, which makes it so difficult for so many characters to punish that they ended up removing in Ultimate MK3 for good reason. She has combo infinites, and she's one of the harder execution characters to use because you're going to have to master her flight cancels. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I believe Sindel is probably number 4 on the tier list for MK3. You could debate Nightwolf and Robot Smoke who are around her level. You could probably debate maybe Nightwolf's in front of her, maybe Robot Smoke is. But either way, I think Sindel, compared to those two, she's more obnoxious to fight than Nightwolf and Robot Smoke. Because Nightwolf, even though he's top tier, he's very similar to MK3 in this version of MK3. And Robot Smoke, of course, being very good with invisibility. Same thing on Nightwolf, he's a bit closer in similarity to in this revision of MK3 with how he is in UMK3. And real quick, I want to say this before I end the video. When it comes to MK3 and this Legacy Collection, I know that we're going to get different versions of MK3 that were on different consoles and ports. However, I don't know if they have said if we're getting different revisions of MK3. So even though we're going to have a bunch of different versions of MK3, are we going to get the different revisions? Because the revisions in this game, there's multiple ones, there's like 4 or 5, they're pretty different from version to version. So depending what revision you're in, it changes a lot of character stuff in balance. For example, if we're talking about the original MK3 revision, then Cyrex is, top 5. But if we're talking about this current revision that all of my videos have been based on, which is the latest MK3 one, which is probably the one we're going to get, I would assume they would give us the most recent updated one, Cyrex is pretty terrible because he's so nerfed compared to the previous MK3 revisions. So are other characters that lost some of their tools from the previous revisions. So I'm not sure. Maybe you guys know. You guys can tell me in the comments. Are we going to get all different versions of MK3 revisions? Or are they just going to give us the latest and most recent updated version of MK3? Which are what my past 4 videos have been on. My Jax, Cabal, Sub-Zero, and the Sindel video have all been on the latest and final revision version of Mortal Kombat 3. So I'm very curious to see if they're going to be including the previous revisions or if they're just going to give us different versions of these Mortal Kombat games, but stick to the latest version. Like, for example, for UMK3, they're probably going to stick to the latest revision. They're not going to give us the previous ones, but it would be interesting if they do that for MK3, specifically because MK3 has the most changes for some characters, going from revision to revision. With that said, I'd like to end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching and showing interest in this MK3 Broken series, and stay tuned for the next video.